All right. Welcome. An exciting ending to the Eagles Bills game there. Kind of a boring second half for a lot of it. And then
Yep.
it got exciting at the end there.
A little bit, yeah.
2-point conversion. I have to wonder why you went for the 2 points. The Eagles were being dominated in the second half. It almost seems like you're at home, just let it go to overtime, unless they didn't trust the kick or the kicker, I guess.
He missed the extra point, so maybe they had a little bit in their mind there. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but that was interesting. The Eagles didn't do a lot. They were just grinding out clock in the second half, and
They didn't score at all. Yeah.
love to have a better play than that to try and score.
Should have hit that throw though. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd rather have Josh Allen rolling out to his right than
Always
backing away to his left.
for sure.
That's all. All good. Bills made it close. They had some injuries there with Terrell Bernard in his calf, and they've got some D-line issues. All right, let's talk about exiting Week 17. Of course, we're not done with Week 17. There's still Sunday night and Monday Night Football. Sunday Night Football, George Kittle has been indeed ruled out, injured his left ankle. We've talked about it. And even if he played, it would have been in the blocking scheme in the run game, not in the open field. But he's ruled out, inactive tonight. Chicago.
What about next week though? Week 18 against the Seahawks. Fantasy people that have those Week 18 crazy.
This is George Kittle.
right.
He
could have played. You think he could have possibly played tonight in that blocking side of the situation?
Yeah, I think it's better to get him 1 week healthier.
For the playoffs,
and it was a mild ankle. I'm not calling George soft. He's as tough as they come. I think he's ready to go next week. Chicago has some illness issues, but everyone seems to be playing through illness.
They flew Darnell Wright, the right tackle, in his own little private jet on the air, so he stayed away from the team, I guess. Yeah, DJ Moore illness up as well, and Deshaun Wright. Yeah. But you said a lot of times you don't really miss players too much with illness, right? You had a couple maybe ruled out, but like in your time period when you were there wasn't many illness misses.
I remember one.
And we've always talked about that.
It, but in general, no. It is interesting flying separately.
Yeah.
Don't worry. He's not in the middle seat in Southwest. First of all, you'd have to buy 2 seats for him. Secondly, he's not infecting the airplane of regular passengers. He flew out private. I don't know that the Bears have their own plane, though.
You always talked about when Patriots would do stuff like that. Kraft has his own plane, but I'm not sure. He might not either. Yeah.
I mean,
it's like you said, it's the team's plane or your plane. It's very different, 2 different situations, right?
The Patriots have, quote, their own plane.
Yeah.
But
is it
it's
Kraft's
really
plane?
a charter service plane.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. But most owners do have their own private planes.
Okay. Yeah.
Look, I don't care how rich you are. You're not flying a 737 for one guy.
Yep.
You're going to charter something or use the owner's plane that, fits 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 people. You're not flying a plane that fits 200 people.
Have you had to do that in your past? You had to fly people out separately, or was that done back in the day? Did they just roll them out?
I got on the owner's plane one time. It was a preseason game, and he wanted to talk about Marcus McNeil, about whether they should sign him, should he pass his physical. He had a neck issue, and it was a preseason game. I believe it was San Francisco, and so it's the only time I did not fly out with the team. I flew with the owner so that we could have a chat.
This is the Spanos family plane, or
this is the Spanos family plane.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, and that's what most owners do. They most owners don't fly on the team plane. They fly in their own plane, and part of it is they have a plane. Part of it is, look, I don't know about other owners, but I've seen it before. If it's a not fun loss, after the final whistle, they may be gone. They're not waiting the hour, hour and a half to get out of there.
all that post stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But anyways, that'll be interesting game tonight.
Well, you had 2 huge games next week, Doc. I remember middle of the day we were going through the games. We were worried that Week 18 wasn't really going to matter, right? A couple of these games were looking like they might not, but we have some 2 very important games.
The NFL is smart.
Yeah.
They will schedule the game where you don't, like, if one result can lead to a meaningless game, you'll play simultaneously.
Yep.
They are not going to have a game, not matter.
Can't scoreboard watch and change your style of play while playing.
Right. And so my guess, I don't know if it's out yet, but it's going to be Pittsburgh, Baltimore for Sunday night football. There's no Monday night football. That's my guess. I mean, Carolina and Tampa, that's for the division.
They haven't moved it yet, but that would be your guess. That
Seattle and LA could be the Sunday night game. But I think more compelling is in the playoffs, out of the playoffs versus
Seattle Niners. Seattle Niners.
Oh, sorry, Seattle Niners, right?
Yeah.
Seattle Niners, first seed or not first seed.
Yep.
They're both in the playoffs. So I think more compelling is the in out of the playoff scenario.
And if you're going by Panthers, Tampa Bay, or the what's it called?
Ravens, Steelers.
Ravens. You're going to go for the Ravens. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's Ravens, Steelers.
So we'll jump right in there. I got multiple questions already. The biggest topic right now, Doc, is Lamar Jackson. I saw a report from Ian say he might likely play Week 18. And this is before the Pittsburgh game. Tell me your thoughts on the back and what we've been talking about for multiple weeks on his situation.
Well, we talked about it last Sunday/Monday on the podcast. And then after that, I think it was Wednesday, you had the Mike Preston, I think, column, Baltimore Sun.
Yep.
And I'm paraphrasing, but he said that Harbaugh is, quote, tired of Lamar. I mean, quote unquote. And we've been saying it's been something not right.
We're just reading reports. That's it.
I am not casting blame at Lamar Jackson. I'm not casting blame on John Harbaugh. I'm not taking sides on any of the issues. We just observe. And what's the observation? First of all, going back to Sunday, last week, Lamar Jackson, after he didn't come back to the game, I was surprised that John Harbaugh said bruise. Now, admittedly, by Monday, he changed it to severe contusion.
Significant contusion. Yeah, either one.
Severe or significant?
Significant contusion,
okay.
Yeah.
Either way, the contusion is a bruise. But what sounds better, significant contusion or bruise?
You said there's a famous book saying it's just a bruise.
There is a medical book of an Oakland Raiders former doctor. You're okay, it's just a bruise.
Yep.
And look, neutral is he had a back injury and he couldn't continue, right? Pro quarterback is he had a back injury. He tried everything he could in the locker room. He couldn't twist. He couldn't throw the ball, and he really wanted to play, but he couldn't. A less than neutral is a bruise.
He has a bruise, and he tried to come back, and he didn't. That's not saying a lot, and it's not helping. Maybe
that's one. Soft piece of evidence.
Right.
Another one we've talked about for most of the season: knee, toe, ankle.
The FP on Friday. Yeah, they got fined for.
Well, no, not that one yet. The one going backwards.
Okay.
Would be 1 day a week off of practice. Toe.
Ankle,
knee. You could have handled all of those with not injury-related vet rest and given him the day off.
NIR/rest. That's all you got to do. Yep.
A lot of teams do that.
Yes.
But
excuse me.
It raised more questions. Now, I'm not sure why that was done, but it's another reason where we go, something is not kosher, so to speak. And then the one we talked about that you were mentioning, the FP on Friday when he was just practice squad reps after the bye and did not play. And then Coach Harbaugh saying, yeah, I don't know, it was a mistake on our part. It was PR. It wasn't me. I think John Harbaugh is a great coach. I think John Harbaugh knows exactly what he's doing. Why he's doing it, I don't know. But the Mike Preston report didn't surprise me. I mean, I can't vouch for how accurate it is or
that was from 5 days ago, that Baltimore Sun article. Yeah.
But it certainly put a spotlight on what we've been saying. And think of this. Okay. If Jim Harbaugh, not to say brothers are equal, if there was a report that Jim Harbaugh didn't like Justin Herbert, what do you think his response would be? It would be a super strong, almost tirade, and you're crazy. And John Harbaugh was pretty calm about it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, basically.
We have an A+ relationship.
We have an A+ relationship. I'm in the meetings. He doesn't fall asleep. John Harbaugh, I love you. You're not in every meeting that Lamar Jackson is in.
You can't be. It's possible.
I mean, because there's the team meetings he's in, and I'll give you, he hadn't seen Lamar fall asleep, if that's true.
But QB positional meetings?
He's not in QB
Yeah,
positional
yeah.
meetings, not everyone.
Right,
Okay.
right, yeah.
No, he's a head coach.
Yeah.
My point being, there's something going on there. Mike Preston is shadowing. Now, and I said this on Sirius this week, and this is apropos because the Josh Allen game just ended.
Right.
In no way, shape, or form am I saying Lamar is soft or that Lamar is not a great quarterback. In no way, shape, or form. It is factual that he has not run and exposed himself as much this season and probably been less effective.
The hamstring might have been, that was
whether it's the hamstring or the knee, the toe, ankle, whether it's
something,
whatever it is, something is not there where he's not the same explosive threat that he has always been every season up until
MVP like numbers he's done. Yes, exactly.
And remember 2021, the ankle, which we backed up Lamar on, he didn't play all of December.
Mm-hmm.
And 2022, we backed up Lamar with the knee, with the PCL.
The bone bruise.
Bone bruise in the PCL.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
However, and everyone was saying, it's the contract. And I said, no, it's not the contract.
So.
It's the knee. Mm-hmm. However, I did say, if he doesn't play in that playoff game, I will flip and say, maybe there's more
travel. He said, or travel with the team.
He didn't travel.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Justin Herbert was Superman yesterday. Almost single-handedly won that game without an offensive line against Houston.
Correct, yeah.
With the broken hand still. Can you imagine Justin Herbert not traveling to a game?
It wouldn't look good. And they would talk about it. There'd be articles about it.
And Lamar Jackson, as talented as he is running the football, he still is an effective, I believe, pocket quarterback.
He's gradually got better. Yeah.
If Phillip Rivers, okay, he didn't win any games, but if Phillip Rivers can have some success from the pocket, 30 pounds overweight off the couch from the pocket, Lamar Jackson in 2022 would be at 3 times more mobile than Phillip Rivers.
Right.
Enough said. The Josh Allen is still on TV here. What I said on Sirius is Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, both MVP great quarterbacks. And don't get this the wrong way. In my observation of Lamar Jackson and in my observation of Josh Allen, I don't know either of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think most fan bases would be crazy not to have them as their quarterback. You can say, I'd rather have this guy or this guy, but
you're
across
taking Lamar
the league,
Jackson.
You're taking Lamar Jackson. You're taking Josh Allen.
Yep.
They're all great quarterbacks. But Lamar Jackson is more Formula One car. More fine-tuning needed to really be effective.
Okay. Luxury car. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to call it luxury. Fine-tune. No, understand I said F1. F1 cars are special. They're really amazing.
Yes.
But they're also, if you hit one screw or bolt in the
everything's off
in the road. I was there at the Las Vegas, and there was that manhole cover that got sucked up, and then it did damage to the race car and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it closed down the racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
One manhole cover, one loose bolt. That might be more Lamar Jackson because he's an F1 race car, and F1 race cars are amazing race cars.
But one knock to the vehicle.
Josh Allen came in with a foot issue, injured his right ankle. We saw it, limped around on the wet grass and stayed in the game. Almost led his team back, got close. He's more Humvee.
It's like a Hummer
or Cybertruck or
Cybertruck. I like it.
Ford Bronco pickup truck.
Yeah, he's a truck. Yeah, I like.
I mean, he's more of a truck.
Yeah,
that's it. One of the shock absorbers can be a little bit off, and that truck still runs.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And would you rather have a Ford pickup truck or a Ford Bronco?
Depends
or
on the situation.
Depends on the situation.
Exactly.
There's a lot of times the F1 race car is way better. But that's kind of what I was saying on Sirius.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question for Baltimore Ravens fans. Would you rather have Derek Huntley next week or Lamar Jackson?
Tyler Huntley or Lamar Jackson.
Tyler Huntley or Lamar Jackson. So, what you'd rather have is Derrick Henry rushing for 4 touchdowns. But does one have to do with the other? Does potentially the threat of Huntley running make Lamar more effective?
Yeah,
it's a question.
It's a question. Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
and Huntley clearly ran the ball more, and admittedly a non-divisional game.
Yeah,
This
but
divisional
they
game's
needed
gonna
it though.
be-
They still needed it.
Is going to be so. It's a question for Ravens fan base. I believe that Lamar can play week 18. I believe Lamar could have played this week, but at less than 100%. Now, is that number 60? Is that number 70? Is that number 80? I'm not him.
You're not bringing the car out of the garage though.
But the F1 car doesn't run well
Yes.
when you're at 80%.
Yeah, so you're keeping him in there in the garage for another day. Yeah,
So I'm not calling him soft. I'm just saying he's a different type of athlete.
It's a
very
good analogy.
special athlete.
Yeah, yeah.
He couldn't play. And if he did play, he wouldn't have been 100% this week. I could argue the same for next week. He probably could play next week, but is it going to be 95% or 90% or 85%? Justin Herbert still has a broken hand, pretty effective, let's say at 85%.
Yeah.
Where is Lamar? I don't know. We'll see.
Win or go home, what does that go into effect? Do you now start playing with a wheel being loose now, or that's, I guess,
I've always said return to play is three-headed monster. The player says, yes, I feel comfortable and I can do it. The player in his camp. And whether that's at 60% or 95%.
Wherever, yeah.
Medical has to say it's safe for you to do it. And the team has to say it's a good idea.
We're prepared to use you.
Now, there's no question when it's a do or die game, becomes a higher threshold or lower, depending on how you look at it, of health. But it is true that there was a playoff game in 2022 where I believe he could have played from the pocket and did not suit up to play and did not travel. Bottom line is he's a special athlete, a special F1 car. Where is he going to be at this week? And in terms of Ravens fans, coaches, team players.
Yeah, I have a question.
It's amazing that there's an honest question. Do you want Tyler Huntley?
This is my question you're stealing. Yes, this is exactly.
At basically 100%.
Running the offense efficiently currently. Yeah.
Or do you want Lamar Jackson at 80%? Notice I did not say Lamar's not injured. I did not say that he's soft. I did not say that he's not
where
good.
He's at. Yeah.
I'm just saying the hypothetical. Do you want Lamar Jackson at 80% or do you want Tyler Huntley at 95 or 100? It's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the answer is I want Derrick Henry at 100.
I want direct stats from Derrick Henry. Exactly.
That's probably the correct answer.
Yeah, Wildcat, okay. Derrick Henry. Yes.
But
that's what I want. Yeah.
I think it's going to be an interesting week. And it's going to be interesting I will be watching John Harbaugh's press conference and to listen to his words.
Because his wordplay is very key in this situation. Yeah.
He's a very shrewd coach.
Mm-hmm.
He uses wordplay. We talk about it. And none of it is that John Harbaugh is bad or doesn't know what he's doing. He's very shrewd.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very good, smart coach. And it'll be interesting to see what he says on Monday. You know?
Mm-hmm. That's a big game, too, against the Steelers, Doc. We saw Rodgers. He played a good defense without DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin, and their left guard, Isaac Sumalo. I can't say that, but you know who I'm talking about there. Really.
With the triceps.
Yes, triceps. Really solid left guard. So this is a situation that those injuries probably are going to linger. DK's definitely out the second game. So that seems like, from an injury standpoint, Doc, Baltimore could have the advantage going to that game outside the quarterback situation. Next one, you already brought up Josh Allen, but let's go a little bit into what you saw. He's been picking up knocks. You see the Ford right there. We're just talking about what kind of car he is, right? On the TV there. But
promotional advertising,
yes,
right?
Yes,
Ford
exactly. But yeah, tell me what you saw in Josh Allen. We had a lot of people that help us, spotters. You have Banged Up Bills, really helpful with it. Great, yeah. Tell me what you saw.
Right foot. Allen. This is right ankle. Mm-hmm. Turned his ankle a little bit. He's a pickup truck. He's going to keep rolling, and as long as the game is meaningful, which I believe it will be this week, depending on for seeding or whatever.
I would say seeding, yep.
He's going to play.
All right, just perfect. Josh Allen said post-game his foot ankle didn't affect him, but he just limped into the extra room with the head athletic trainer right after he said that. So we'll see what he says afterwards. But yeah.
Well, the x-rays are going to be precautionary. I don't think they're going to show anything. But we all saw him limping. And that's so Josh Allen. I'm not going to say anything about it.
It didn't affect me. Yeah, exactly.
He's not going to use it as an excuse. And he clearly wasn't 100%. Mm-hmm. But he kept going.
Played through, yeah.
And his style of play and his mentality is one that fits that. So once again, I'm not saying F1 race cars are not good. They have their purpose in life, and so do Ford pickup trucks or Broncos or whatever.
All right, I have a situation to talk about QB specifically. Green Bay situation. They did lock a playoff spot, but they have injuries to Jordan Love and Malik Willis. We saw Clayton Tune go out there, threw a pick right immediately, but he didn't get any time to prepare for that game.
I thought it was really interesting, Malik Willis. He injured the shoulder on a throw again.
Not a falling down.
Not a falling down. And I wonder if he got a pregame injection and by the fourth quarter it was wearing off. And that's where the throw and then Clayton Tune came in.
How do you go against that? Do you get a second half injection too?
Many times.
Okay.
Depends on, look, guys want their pregame injections 90 minutes before they want to, because get the injection, get dressed, get taped, get out there, warm up, don't have any pain. So by the time...
So they're not thinking about the whole hour and a half that's going through their body.
And when your metabolism is high and you're running around and absorbing quickly, from the time of injection to the time of the end of a game is easily 4+ could be 5 hours.
And it's 4 hours minimum for that kind of pain relief? Or
yeah, it depends on the cocktail that you utilize. But we have done it not infrequently before at halftime to make sure it doesn't wear off. I'm not suggesting that's what you do routinely. What is Jay Glazer saying about Lamar Jackson?
Or Kittle expects to return next week, by the way.
Kittle expects to return. What did he say about Lamar Jackson there? Our guy, Jay. Now, you guys have to understand, Jay's awesome. Jay was the original injury guy.
He was.
With our friend Adam Kaplan.
Yeah.
Those on his podcast earlier this week. Those were the two original injury guys. As Adam would say, back in the days of the fax machine. They faxed out reports.
Yeah, you get the injury reports right too.
Injury reports.
Yes.
But anyways.
So Jordan Love, his concussion is interesting because Packers necessarily don't need the game. They already locked in as, I believe, the 7th seed, resident Packers fan. I believe that's where they are. So from wherever I talked to you about the protocol, there's a certain point that you can kind of elongate it until you need to clear Love, right? He might not even be in protocol right now from a concussion standpoint.
Well, you're in protocol until you get sent to the doctor.
So he's in the protocol, but they might be waiting to clear him just.
Well, you can't get cleared until the team sends you to the independent doctor.
Right.
An easy way to, quote, prolong the protocol, and I'm not suggesting that they were doing this, is don't send him there yet. I mean, then you can't get cleared. He can still practice with the team and do things, and it'll be interesting what they do, because if they're locked into the 2nd seed, you don't want Jordan Love to get rusty if he's cleared, but you also don't want Jordan Love to get another concussion, then he's out the rest of the playoffs, right? Yeah. The second impact syndrome. And Malik Willis, what's going on?
Did he re-aggravate
it again? Or do you really roll with Clayton Tune?
They said
because it doesn't, quote, matter.
Very optimistic about Lamar playing next week. That's what he said. I'm not sure that's what he heard. So nothing official. But
now let me follow up on that.
Yeah.
In case anyone was saying that I'm implying that Lamar doesn't want to play or is soft. I'm just making that observation related to Cincinnati in 2022 and this. I'm quite sure that Lamar will be able to play next Saturday.
With an injection, correct, too, with the back?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm quite sure he will want to play next Saturday. All I said was if he is really 95%, he's playing and starting. If he's really 60%, I think the team's going to go with Tyler Snoop Huntley. The question is, if he's 85, who do you want? It's a question.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I do believe that he's going to play. I mean, make the argument Phillip Rivers didn't win, but he's probably 60% of his usual healthy self, right? If he were in shape. And
the one thing about Malik Willis is interesting. I always like when you see a back quarterback, you're always like, oh shoot, they're not going to play well. But they have a really good playbook for him. He plays really well in that. They have it's kind of completely different. Jordan Love is very good in the pocket. So it's like they have a book in the back ready for when Malik Willis comes in. So they
play package.
Yeah, they've been doing that for years. And I've always because at first
I never understood. And this goes back to days in San Diego with the Chargers when we had Drew Brees. This is before Phillip Rivers and Doug Flutie.
Right.
Look, if it's 3rd and 10. No offense, Doug. Love you. You wanted Drew Brees. But if it's 3rd and 2 or a 2-point conversion play,
Doug
you
can run it
might
in,
prefer
run it.
Doug
Yeah,
Flutie.
he can a little run to get the 2 yards.
but
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Malik Willis' package is different than the Jordan Love's
Right.
package. But for whatever reason,
You never understood that. Yeah.
in general,
Yeah.
teams don't do that. I mean, there's the Taysom Hill that comes in every now and again. But in general,
Like
teams
Phillip
don't do
Rivers,
that.
Billy Volek, they're the same, right? They're the same kind of play style. Similar, yeah.
But I mean, Billy's lives around the corner from me. Billy's a speedster compared to Phillip.
Yeah. We always say
compared
that.
to others.
We always have him as a
average.
bump, like ready, yeah, to compare. Yeah. They said he limped out. Josh Allen, by the way. Josh Allen limped out of the MRI or X-ray room with nothing on his foot. So there's no boot, no cast, no
sprained
wrap.
his ankle.
Yeah.
He injured his foot. Yeah, I think he's gonna go. I mean, limped out. That's right. He's sore.
He's sore. Yeah.
And yeah, there's no MRI in Highmark Stadium, just X-ray.
I want to go over real quick our sick pick stock. We had a fantastic day today, 14-8, and we won 10+ units. And this is the week that we gave out our free week this week. We didn't have we didn't have a guaranteed pick per se. We had a Christmas best bet that didn't work out, but everything else after that this week, including Saturday with Houston and the second game Baltimore. Very good week for sick picks with everybody that we had lots of people that jumped on board that weren't there last couple weeks. So it's very good for the new people to see what we can do with our entries.
And I'd be the first to admit, we liked Baltimore, but we thought initially that Jordan Love would play.
Right.
I thought that line would go to
it was 3.5 and 5.5 moving around different books.
It'd go up to 6 or more
Yep.
with Jordan Love playing.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, he didn't play, and the line was 3.
And our numbers
Obviously
still said
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even with Lamar Jackson we had Huntley.
Yes.
We like Huntley and what he does. Just real quick, Doc, the injuries. A lot of these insights are at SixScore.com, so please go there to get all the latest information. We're going to go just real quick, Doc. We've gone the big names. Just want to tell you, Harold Fanin, Browns, re-aggravation of groin, likely out for the rest of the year. Just one more game left, right? Very, very good year for the rookie.
Aggravation, never good.
Rashid Shaheed suffered concussion.
Now, this was interesting.
Yeah.
It was a concussion on the
coaching other team, yeah.
The opponent's sideline.
Panthers coaching, yeah.
Panthers sideline.
It was like shin. He had a shin, the coaching shin, yeah.
I don't know if it's a coach, strength coach,
yeah.
A player in plain clothes. I don't know who hit.
I did not see who it was,
but it was someone on the sideline. That was interesting and too bad.
Big injury. We talked about the lack of pass catchers for the Steelers. You have Darnell Washington. You taught me this. Whenever you have someone that had a forearm injury and they get ruled out pretty quickly, usually it's broken, right? Or something of that effect.
I didn't see that video.
And it was broken. That's what they said officially.
Yeah, broken forearm. So
is he out for the playoffs even? I mean, Steelers Super Bowl, you still don't have him, or how does that go for Darnell Washington?
Well, he's not there this week. Could he be back for the playoffs? It's maybe. Remember Thomas Davis?
Yes, I do.
In the
Panthers linebacker
championship game, played in the Super Bowl in San Francisco 2 weeks later with a both bone forearm fracture. I think if you go back in time, remember the zipper like
he had the thing. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
and the swelling and playing in a cast.
Baker Mayfield, did you see anything on his knee? That's the one question we had just going into that big game against Panthers this week.
What I saw is they missed Tristan Wirfs
a lot. Yeah.
And but the one play where he limped in afterwards, didn't see any particular injury on the knee. I think it's week 17, week 18. He's sore.
And then Jamel Dean, just last one. Their number one corner suffered a shoulder injury. I didn't see him come back in the game. We'll monitor that for the Bucs going to the next game. But anything else, Doc? All the injuries that we haven't talked about will be at SixScore.com. Insights, scores, everything.
After a good game tonight, and then we'll do a recap pod tomorrow morning at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11.
And we spoke on Kittle, right? Kittle, he's not going to go out today. I'm not playing tonight, but we expect him back for that Seahawks game. Yeah.
Yes, that Seahawks game will be huge. So it does turn out there are going to be some nice games for week 18. All right. Hope everyone had a great Christmas, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Anything else? Daniel, Max, Doug?
Everything else tricked out so far, yep.
All right. Have a good evening. Let's enjoy the game tonight.